Anyway, the war's upon us. Let's go and kill these traitors. Welcome to Worms and Warriors, and thank you very much for joining me for another episode of Crusader Kings. The year is 1072, and we've managed to come through pretty unscathed through the 1066 invasion of England. England, however, has not. So let's have a quick look. I want to have a look at the political overview before we get started with playing. Firstly, if you have followed along with the series, you'll know there's been a little gap in content. That's because I've damaged my tongue. I actually chomped down on it really, really badly and chewed up the whole left-hand side of it, basically. It was a pepperami accident. I was eating a pepperami and literally had to pull my teeth out of my tongue with that. So I wouldn't recommend it. But I have lost a couple of pounds in weight, which is good news, though I would not recommend this as your diet plan. Anyway, it's getting better now, it's healing up, and I can finally talk properly again, so no more excuses for not speaking to the wife. But anyway, so let's get started here. We are playing in England. We started as Duke Morcar, the Duke of Northumbria. We're still Duke Morcar, the Duke of Northumbria. It's just that Northumbria has gotten a lot bigger. Let's zoom in slightly closer here. We can see that Northumbria is pretty much all of England, like certainly all of northern England and parts of the Midlands. I mean, like for me personally, this area down here, this next to the border, this is way down south for me. I live up here, right up here, near Durham. So anyway, this is way down south. We are allied to Gwynedd, which is also starting to expand a bit, and this is a pretty powerful little realm here with 1,941 soldiers available. If the opportunity presents itself, we should support the Principality of Gwynedd in any wars against these other Welsh kingdoms, and hopefully they can take their places over. And then we've got an even more powerful vassal. Vassal? Not vassal yet. Ally, I should say. But anyway, so we've got a little bit of a mess. So England was taken over by Harald Hardrada, who was the king of Norway. He won this war in 1066. Check out episodes 1 and 2 for the full details of that. There'll be a link to the series in a pinned comment, and maybe on the screen here if I remember to put one in. I might not. But if not, you know, then just click on the pinned comment or click on the channel and check it out. But it was an interesting start. It's a different start than I've ever had playing with 1066 as Morcar. Morcar used to be one of my favourite guys to play with in Crusader Kings 2, and I would usually start the campaign just slightly into the 1066 reign of William the Conqueror and see if I can last out as an Anglo-Saxon lord in William's court, basically. And that's easier said than done. But in this start, you can't actually change the start date exactly, so we had to start before the 1066 conquest, or during it rather. So what happened here? William didn't manage to conquer us, but Hardrada did. But shortly afterwards, he died, and then his whole realm, which was obviously huge, split between his sons. One getting England, the other one getting Norway. I don't know if anybody else got anything else. I don't think so. But so we've got lands up here. England has got part lands up here in northern Norway. And our king is King Magnus Haraldsson, who is a legitimized bastard, and he's our bud. We've got plus 100 with this guy. So like we're pretty tight with him, to be honest. And we actually have an army that is similar in size to his. He can field 3,064 men, including his allies here, which is obviously the King Olav, his brother, who's king of Norway. And then who else has he got? Duke Ogmund, another lord up there. He's got this is a truce, sorry. So he's got two alliances. So he's allied with the Kingdom of Norway and Duke Ogmund of Uppland. Anyway, we're over our domain limit. We're the most powerful vassal he's got. So I would say we're in a decent position to actually attempt to take over England for ourselves. Maybe not in Morcar's timeline, but maybe in his son's. I'm not really that keen on expanding too much. I wanted to just play this and just see how it plays out. I wanted to try and keep it realistic-ish. You know, I don't want to just play the game, if you know what I'm saying. I wanted to try and keep it sort of historical, but that's easier said than done. So before we crack on again, I mean, just also a quick note that this video will be chaptered, so if you don't want to watch these bits, you can just skip ahead to where the campaign starts. But I like to have a look at what's going on. I like to keep an overview of the different people, which is what this game's all about. This game's all about the people and, you know, doing fun things with them, basically. So, interesting here. Duke Tostig, he's now the Duke of Kent. So Tostig, this was Harold Godwinson's brother. Harold Godwinson, if you don't know, was the King of England, who fought William the Conqueror and Harald Hardrada. And in our history here, he lost. So Duke Tostig, Harold's brother, is the Duke of Kent. And he's married to her. He does have a couple of children as well, so his lands are pretty secure. Who else we got here going on? What else? There's no other real large landowners. Earldom of Devon, who's this? Countess Gyda Torgil's daughter of Devon. So that is Earl Godwin, who's the father of Duke Tostig. So this is the father of Harald Godwinson as well. Yeah, Harald Godwinson as well there. And Harald Godwinson was our brother-in-law, of course, but he's dead. He died in battle, or died of his wounds anyway. So his brother Tostig is down there in Kent. His other brother, Gert, who took over command of the kingdom very, very briefly, he also died of his wounds, I want to say, internal injuries, yeah. Alfgar, where's he at? So I'm not sure where he is. He's in Rome. So he's obviously buggered off from England because he's another one of Harold Godwinson's brothers, and he probably doesn't really want any part of this place. But he's actually a decent knight and a decent steward. I wonder if we invite him. I was going to say, if we could invite him to court, that might make things interesting. But, you know, it's not the case. Yeah, so this bit bugs me here. A little bit of Norway in East Anglia, which is pretty damn annoying. And then obviously England up here in Norway. It's a bit bizarre. Scotland has also got quite a lot of land, and we would really like this area down here, Cumberland, which becomes obviously Cumbria in later life. So the Barony of Carlisle, we would like to have that. Whitehaven, that should be our land. It's part of Northumbria really, in these days. So what else are we doing here? We're increasing county control in North Riding at Effervik, which is our capital, I think. It certainly was. I think it still is. Yes, it still is. So we control quite a bit of land. We're 2 over the domain limit. I had hoped our wife would give us a son, but that didn't happen. We got a daughter instead. So we've got 3-year-old Eldgith, Morcar's daughter, of Hwiki. I think you say Hwiki. Hwiki? I'm really not sure. If you know, stick it in the comments and I'll try and decipher however you say it. But anyway, she's our heir. We could really do with a son. Duchess Dennis, or Denise, but I will call her Dennis. She is 1 plus 47. You know, she's all right. She likes us well enough. She's intimidated by us. We are quite an intimidating guy. We are 26 years old, and we're also the heartthrob, and that is because we've managed to woo this lady here, the daughter of King Olaf. She likes a bit of us. She's pregnant, but I'm not sure if that's ours or not, but I don't think so. Certainly not officially. King Olaf of Norway, he likes us. He doesn't hate us anyway, but... You know, so we need a son, basically. So we'll do whatever we can to get a son. So let's get started with this playthrough. Let's continue on with this playthrough. Let's have a quick look at her. Cultural acceptance -12. So, yeah. I wonder... Oh, we could expose a secret that she's our lover, but why would we do that? That would be stupid. We can't invite her to court. We're fairly close to accepting. Well, I doubt her husband would be too pleased. This is her husband, Duke Tostig Spymaster. Scully Tostigson of Godwin, age 20. I guess we could... 7% chance of success. I was going to say we could maybe get rid of him, but let's not. Let's see if we can't... Actually, let's learn Norse. That would be a good start, wouldn't it? 40% success chance. 14 years. Okay, so maybe Morcar's not the guy for learning Norse after all, but let's see if we can sway her. It's only 43% chance of success as well. Target is in a foreign realm, that's why. Okay, so because she's in Norway, I guess. So that's a bit of an obstacle here. So why don't we maybe sway our wife instead and see if we can... Let's have a look at our wife, actually. Learning 6. That's us. Her learning's 8. I was just thinking, who could educate our daughter? Man, I don't really want to do it myself. Not at the moment, anyway. She's only 3 as well. We've got a few powerful vassals who want a place on the council, but I'm not giving them one just yet. Anyway, let's get started here. And I have to think about these domain limit things. I wanted to give these away to my son, but obviously we got a daughter instead. Unpleasant pleasantries. When I sent out invitations to a dance, I was looking forward to an evening of good company and frivolous fun. Instead, I found myself stuck in a dreadful conversation with my vassal, Earl Weltoff. I think the Lord has had enough, a woman interrupts. It is Duchess Dennis, our wife. Can't you tell you're boring him, Earl Waltoff? Waltoff? He is a powerful vassal in our realm. Let's go ahead with this one. Indeed, I've had quite enough. So she will gain 10 opinion of us, and we might get 10 opinion from Earl Weltoff for our honesty, or we might lose it because he's insulted. Let's see. He lost it, of course. Oh, he really doesn't like us at all. So he is the Earl of Northampton, and he hates us. He's got no real skill set. He's a terrible warrior. He's no good for us. He's no use to us at all.
He can hate us all he likes. But yeah, so I'm 2 over the domain limit now. I don't want to be. I'd like to give those away. Let's have a look here. I'm going to give away... I'll give away Leicester. Just having a quick look at what we've got at Leicester. So we've got wooden barracks, curtain wall and bastion. Nottingham, maybe? Logging camps at Nottingham. That brings in some decent money. What about Lancaster? It's the county seat for Lancashire as well. I'll tell you what. I'm going to give away Leicester. Rickulf? Looks alright. Alright, yeah, let's do it. Let's give it a Rickulf. That puts us 1 over, so maybe we'll give away Lancaster as well. Although Lancaster makes us quite a lot of money. Let's give Nottingham away instead. We don't need Nottingham. Who could we give it Nottingham to? What about somebody with a high stewardship count? He's got our name, Morcar of Gloucester. There you go. You are now the Earl of Nottingham. Well done, sir. And he still only likes us 65, even though we've just given him an earldom. Alright, so that's us back on our domain limit here. So the next thing I want to do, actually, I want to change our focus. We have been doing the military focus, which has been handy because we're doing lots of fighting. But I think maybe we don't need that at the moment. We need stewardship. We need to get better at this. We need to start making some money. And I'd like to do that, but I can't remember how you do this. See, Morcar's memories. So this is also something I haven't seen before. I don't know if that's new. We've increased. We've finished increasing control in the North Ridings. That's nice. Morcar the Heartthrob became friends with Duke Edwin of Mercia. That's our brother, but he's dead. All right, hang on. So this is donkeys before we even started. 1046. I commanded and won the Battle of Tanbridge against Prince Magnus of Wiltshire. Okay, that's our last memory from 1072. So about a year ago. Let's go ahead and I'm going to shift this over to stewardship. How have we got this popular figurehead? Or maybe we won't, actually, because we don't really need this at the moment. Intrigue sucks. Learning sucks. Diplomacy. Does Morcar seem like the kind of guy who would study learning? I don't think so. I mean, he probably wants to carry on with this, to be fair, but I'm not sure. Let's keep it on military, since I'll give them lands away anyway, so... Oh, what's happening here? To my liege, for too long I have suffered indignities at the hands of King Magnus. He's our friend. I will not stand idly by while our liege abuses his loyal vassals. I urge you to join me in the fight to depose the tyrant. Yeah, I don't think so, mate. Who would become king then? I mean, this guy? If we join this war? I don't think so. I don't think I want to depose King Magnus. He's our bud. His heir is Prince Sturla. You are the traitor. Okay, so we didn't join that war. But let's see how that war goes for our liege. Oh, I don't think it's going to go all that well for him, to be honest. We could join the war, of course. 3,568 enemy troops there. Do we defend our king? He's our friend. We could save him here. Or it could turn into an absolute disaster, of course, as well. Well, I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to support our king. Let's do this. Yes, I think that's the best course of action. I'm going to support the king. So we've made a friend now. He's actually our official friend. A real friend. So that puts these guys in a bit of a tricky situation. So let's hope not too many other guys join them or we'll be screwed. But that puts the balance of favour in our direction. So let's go ahead and let's raise our troops. We will command them, of course. Protecting our king. Aha, so another guy's joined us. King Olaf. So we're going to protect this. We're going to protect England. We're going to protect our king. And we will hopefully bring the traitors' heads to him on a pike or whatever. Go on here. Let's get the slaughter on the go. Oh, this is our allies' army. I was going to say it. So these guys are all quite spread out. We've bringing 3,700 men to the field. Let's have a quick look at our forces. 200 Huskarls. That's like kind of heavy household infantry, almost like household infantry, I think you would call them. Let's see what it actually says. Heavy infantry. It doesn't really say a lot about them, to be honest. So they fight well in winter, which is good because it's winter time right now. Fight better in taiga and forest. What the hell's taiga? Anyway, Huskarls are heavy infantry, and historically they were kind of like the lord's men, like the professional soldiers of his army. Who else we got here? So 200 Huskarls, 200 more Huskarls. Maybe I need to have a look at our army. Mangonels, so 10 siege weapons. We've got 200 light footmen. Why is Mangonels on twice? And 60 knights. I'm a bit confused with this. I guess we've got 2 different Huscarl regiments. What the hell? So that's a bit strange. Maybe once this is done, maybe we'll condense these down into one. So I'll disband one and maybe re-raise them if we need to. But that's a little odd. And 2 Mangonel regiments. I don't really know how that's happened, but, you know. Anyway, the war's upon us. Let's go and kill these traitors. I'm going to go and lay siege to Buckinghamshire. Or bring these armies to bear. I mean, if they will fight us. If we can catch these armies separated, that would be awesome. But it seems like they're going to join up together somewhere. Probably flee by sea. That's the kind of thing that happens in this game quite often. So he's laying siege over here. If we can strike these armies, that would be good. We've got a substantial force there. I spend a lot of time considering who might have found out about my relationship with Maria. That's our lover, of course, this lady here. My heart beats fast as innocuous comments become charged with meaning. I try to tell myself it's all in my head. No one knows. Surely no one knows. We get 30 stress for that. Yeah, these guys are buggering off. They're gonna get into the go by sea. It's really annoying. So I'll tell you what. Let's lay a siege here. Let's get this up to ×3. Oh, they're not going by sea after all. They're just wandering around, running away from our armies. Which again is something that happens a lot in this game, which can be pretty annoying. Is it love? I can scarce remember what life was like before Dennis declared her love for me. I am flattered, but also overwhelmed by her attentions. I find myself longing for some peace and quiet. Yet I cannot help but worry. Would I be throwing away my only prospect of true love? That cannot be right, can it? So she would gain 30 opinion of us and become our soulmate, maybe. We give her a kiss, she gets 30 opinion, doesn't become our soulmate. Or this infatuation must end. Well, okay, let's have a soulmate. Thanks. I'm out riding with my horse when my horse suddenly throws itself off the path, falls unavoidable and knocks the air out of my lungs. When I look up, I find myself face to face with a wolf. Before I get a chance to scream, the beast collapses, an arrow between its eyes. Morcar, my sweetheart, I thought I'd lost you. My hero is none other than Duchess Dennis. There we go. She's our soulmate now. Excellent, but we still got a lover as well, you know. Duchess Dennis, and you have found true love after Duchess Dennis rescued you from a wolf. So she likes us 100 now. That should be better for us if she discovers our infidelity. We caught part of this army, 257 men, so we should wipe them out easily. And we did, of course. Let's have a quick look at the battle. Yeah, so we lost 26 men there. They lost 254, just 3 survivors. Details, who got the kills here? Levies, quite a lot of them. Yeah, 3 knights in the field there, and 60 footmen, bowmen, levies. I mean, that was a decent little force to knock out of the fight. Actually, 35 bowmen. Huscarls killed quite a lot of guys. Our knights killed 15. Pretty good. So the knights themselves, let's have a quick look. We captured a couple of enemy knights as well. Excellent. Let's dismiss that. Let's have a quick look at the prisoners there who we've got. We might have some other prisoners, actually. I don't even know. So these 2 guys were arrested after the battle. Well, captured after the battle. We can, of course, ransom them. 30 for this guy. That's Reeve Bjorn of Newbury. Who's the other dude? Reeve Ethelwild of Wilton. So both worth some decent money. 30 each. Who's this guy? Ordgar. Can't even remember who he is. He's gout-ridden. Can't do anything with him. 10 prowess, 12 learning. He's not really much use to us. We could spend 25 piety and chop his head off. Prince Magnus would lose 25 opinion. We'll just release it. We'll release him. I can't even remember what he did. These 2 guys can stay in our dungeons for now. Let's see if we can catch this other little army here. Maybe. Well, they're moving pretty quick. Yeah, quicker than us anyway. There's a sizable enemy force coming. Duchess Dennis is pregnant. Let's hope for a boy here. That would be nice. We are marching and counter-marching. I would just like to bring these guys to battle, really. Okay, let's go a bit quicker than this and get into this fight here. Available perks. Is there some way to make these guys march faster? Organized march. That's miles away. Let's go with chivalric dominance. That's knight effectiveness plus 75%. This army's going to lose here because we're taking forever to get up there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, get in there. Yeah, just in time. Awesome. Huntingdon's under siege. Where's that? You've inherited the earldom of Leicestershire from Earl Rickle of Leicestershire. Okay, well, that puts us over again. We've only just given this away. The guy must have died in battle. I'm going to hang on to that for now. Yes, that was a nice win. Let's have a look at the battle outcome here. Battle of Aylesbury. So this guy, one of the mercenary dudes, he commanded the battle actually, even though surely we would have taken over there, but whatever. So 6,100 of our guys were involved in that. 2,600 enemy troops. Did really well again. Obviously, we've managed to hack them to pieces, which is nice. Sent them scuttling all over the place. We've still got 3,400 men in the field. Laying siege to this place in Buckinghamshire. Siege of Buckingham. 1074 now. 3rd of January, 5th of January. Time ticking by. We're still swaying King Magnus. I don't think we need to do that. I hope you give us a son. That would be awesome. How are we doing on the council? Do people like us? Yeah, they like us well enough. Let's sway Niall Bird. He's on -12. I'd like to be better friends with Niall. Our marshal is possessed. Excellent. I like that kind of thing in this game. What's the news here? Disabled building in Leicester. That's okay. Powerful vassals still. 2 prisoners can be ransomed. I don't know. Let's ransom them off for 30 each. That's not bad. Could do with the money, to be honest. Then once this war's done, we'll start building up some more troops. We actually got some decent high quality troops now. Another battle down here. The king taking them on. Their forces are split, which is obviously great for us. Excellent. So the ransoms were accepted. We've occupied Buckingham and taken 26 gold from that. Let's get down here and let's take some of these guys out. The war's very much in our favour, plus 77%. We've done our bit here for sure. They are forming up down here. This is London, yeah, London. But they are pulling out, of course. They don't want to fight us. But they're going to have to. Here we go. We're going to catch them. Yes, we did. 1,200 enemy troops against our 3,200. What do we got here? Oh, another daughter. Great. That is disappointing. I mean, not that daughters are terrible or anything, but when you haven't got a son and you need an heir, you know. Send proposal. Will become Norwegian. So that might actually be helpful in the long run. Let's do that. Let's send her off. Our firstborn daughter. So Norwegian, that might be handy. Plus it keeps us in good graces with the king. Let's do it. We'll have a little hybrid culture going on. That's fine. Plus, hopefully, she won't actually be our heir. The barony of Bedford will lay siege there. The war's very, very much coming to an end. So the battle at Hertford there, which we won, of course. Duke Tostig was commanding their forces, and we slaughtered them. They lost 480 men. We lost 190. There's still quite substantial losses, actually. Levies lost quite a lot of them. Our knights, the 7 knights killed 117 enemy troops. So that's some pretty good going, I would say. Earl Edgar of Warwickshire managed 23 kills. Morcar of Nottinghamshire, the guy we just elevated up to command here, he got 23 kills as well. Earl Edric of Shropshire, he doesn't like us at all. I think it's because he hasn't got a seat on the council. So maybe once we've swayed Niall Bird a little, we'll sway this guy if he lives through this war. So the enemy rebel army here is totally scattered all over the place. Spouse up to the task. Some of my councillors believe the job is theirs by right of blood or influence alone. How wrong they are. I expect results, yet I am often disappointed. After a long day, I am complaining to Dennis when she interrupts me. Let me do something about it, husband. A few lessons might sharpen their wits. So, Niall could use a tutor. Well, no. None of these guys, I don't really want any of these guys to lose any favour of me, any liking of me, any opinion, I should say. So let's just get her to stay here with me instead. We'll lay with her, hopefully pop her up and you know, get a son again, because that is the aim here. So if I start a romance Princess Maria, Duchess Dennis would lose 60 opinion of us, but surely we would do this secretly. We wouldn't, you know, why would we do this in the open? Maybe it's not time for it. Unless that just means if it's exposed. But we're at 92% victory for this war now. We've definitely done our bit for it. Our contribution has been pretty fine, I would say. Yeah. Absolutely. Speed this up and get this war done. I guess once the siege is over, that's probably going to be it, I would think. Yeah, 100%. We captured Earl Onunder's son and heir, Sonny. Okay, so he's just a child, 2-year-old. So we've won this war. King Magnus gained 20 dread. We've imprisoned the leader here, Earl Sigvator. If he's got any sense, he'd chop his head off. Imprisoned another count. What else have we got going on? What do we get? A whole bunch of these guys have been imprisoned. Not sure what we gained from this. I don't know. But anyway, we're friends with the king, so, you know, that's handful. Handful? Helpful. Let's disband the army here. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So we've got too many holdings, of course. Let's get rid of this stuff. Pay homage. Let's have a look at this lad we've captured. Oh, we've captured her as well. Countess Hergith. Well, we can't really do much with her. Do we want to behead her? I don't think so. We'll just keep her in prison for now. What about the little fella here? Suni Onatson. So we've got his wife and his heir. That's some bad news for him. And he's imprisoned as well. His other son, Harald, as well, is here. So things aren't going very well for the guy from Bedford. Let's have a look. What would we do with this little dude? We get 50 gold from... Maybe we should cash in. It doesn't really... I mean, what does it aid us to have him here? The Barony of Bedfordshire doesn't really interest me at all at the moment. Let's ransom him for 50 gold. Yeah. What I want to have a look at here is county control. Is there some way we can get this up on here? I can't remember. It's been a long time since I played this game. And I know I've probably said it a few times. I thought there was some way we can have a look at control overall. But I don't know what that is. But let's work on it. Increase county control. Actually, it's all fine, actually, except for Nottinghamshire. Let's get him working on that. 42 days, so that's not even going to take very long. Effervik, our county place. What's going on here? Are we building something? We are. We're building Crown Smithy, so that's almost done. Excellent. Lincoln, what we got going on? We've got a spare slot. We've got barracks here. Crop fields. We could even upgrade the barracks as well. What would the next one be? Levying ground, okay. Pocklington. Again, some spare slots. I usually like to have this one as like an income kind of based place, so farms and things like that. Lancashire. I'm going to leave Lancashire alone for now. Why is this like that? Oh, because we're over the domain limit. I think maybe let's have another look at this. We're halfway done with this strategy focus. So once that's done, I'm going to switch to stewardship. I'm going to keep the 6, hopefully. So we've ransomed the little dude here for 50. Let's invest some money here. Let's go for walls and towers at Leeds or Lloydus. Let's also go ahead and do that at Lincoln. That gives a nice foundation. It gives a bit extra tax money, a bigger garrison, so it keeps us a little safer here. Pocklington. Let's see if we've got anything else here that could make us some money. Not really. Hunting grounds, I guess. Yeah, let's go ahead with hunting grounds there. So that's quite a lot of money spent. We've got down to 67. I'm going to keep that as it is. Let's move time on a little bit here. It is now 1074. So we've finished the control in Nottinghamshire, so that's nice. Duke Morcar there, looking quite pleased with himself, I would say. Married to, is she a giant? Yes, she is. She's huge. Leicester. It's another one of our holdings, actually. But I haven't really got much money. So impeccable household. We've just gained 150 extra prestige, which is obviously excellent. Lessons from the past. Though I will surely see many battlefields before I meet my maker, my library holds tales of war from 100 lifetimes. I have recently acquired a tome on the Great Siege of Constantinople, as well as a time-worn scroll written in some ancient language. Who knows what forgotten secrets it holds. Read the newer tome, so we get studied in old battle. Martial +1. Attempt the translation, so we only get 40% chance of success of that, and we get stress if we don't. We're not exactly the smartest, the sharpest tool in the box, so let's leave that and we'll just get studied in old battle. And we're still almost finished here with this lifestyle focus. Faction created against King Magnus again. Your acquaintance Duke Scully created a faction to install Earl Kettle of South Sex on the English throne. You dastard. Crown Smithies constructed in Effervik. Excellent. So she has gained 1 stewardship, but it doesn't really make any difference. We've got her on managed domain, but I thought maybe having that on would increase the domain limit to us, but it hasn't. Niall Birdswade, so he likes us a bit more again. It would please me greatly if you could personally see little Freydis Yingling's education until she comes of age. So who is she? A Princess of England. Yeah, okay. So I am going to propose my youngest daughter marry Prince Sturla Magnusson of England. So he's 5. She's only 1, but this would give us a claim to the English throne through her. I think that'd be a good match. Very good match. Yeah. Excellent. Scotland can field 3,600 men. That's more than I thought they would be able to. I want Cumberland of him. So hopefully at some point soon we'll be able to get that done. Once this domain limit thing has fixed itself as well. We're almost here with that next martial skill. So once that's done, like I say, we'll switch to stewardship, I think. Although that will mean we're going to have probably less troops. And fewer men in the field obviously makes things difficult. Let's have a look at the world at large here. Holy Roman Empire, as you would expect. Hungary, pretty large. Byzantine Empire still on the go. Cumania, huge. The Seljuks, that become the Turks, obviously, and the Ottomans and whatnot. Large as well, so there's some pretty huge places on the go. India also getting some large lands occupied. I've never really played over in the east. I think maybe that might be an interesting one to play in for a future one. She's pregnant. Excellent. So hopefully this time we'll have a son. 3rd time lucky, maybe. And we've got the martial perk there. Excellent. So let's have a little look here. Hard rule, maybe. Dread gain plus 20%. Maybe not. Never back down. What's that? Friendly fatal casualties minus 20%. Advantage plus 5. Castle's belly cost minus 50%. A man's home. Let's go for hard rule. And now let's switch it. We'll go to the main focus. That drops our martial skill down to 17 from 20. It's not too bad, but it brings our stewardship up to 12, which, you know, that's pretty good. And we can now hold the 6 holdings, which is excellent. Actually, we can have more troops than before because I guess we've stabilized this and now hold the county of Leicester. Awesome. So this is it for today's episode. I do hope you enjoyed it. I'm keeping these episodes to around half an hour-ish. I don't want to do too long. Plus, actually, my tongue is hurting now. You know, I don't know if you remember what I mentioned. I damaged my tongue like an idiot. But anyway, so I feel like this campaign's going quite interestingly. I'm really enjoying it, actually. I hope you're enjoying watching it. And if you do like this kind of content, then why not check out the channel? And if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. It'd be awesome to see more people subscribed. We're inching up towards 1,000, which is excellent. I never really expected anybody to watch any of these videos, but I'm enjoying making them. And if people are enjoying watching them, that's cool. If you are also into strategy gaming, then why not check out Grand Tactician? It's another pretty awesome game. I do bitch at it quite a lot. It does have its flaws, but it is one I like playing. And if you are waiting for the next episode of Grand Tactician, then don't worry. That's coming soon as well. I've just been a little bit behind with my recording schedule due to work and then damaging my damn tongue, which, to be honest, makes talking not a lot of fun, but I think I've managed okay here. Yeah, so that's where we are. We're making good money. We've got high prestige. Piety's just fine. Renown is building itself up. Our army's decent. Our wife's pregnant. We've got a lover who we don't seem to ever see. But, you know, that's okay. That's fine. Looks like there's a little bit of a war going on here in Norway. We keep well out of that. That's our king's brother's kingdom. We are good friends with King Magnus Haraldson, who is our liege. And our daughter is betrothed to this guy, this young fella, Prince Sturla Magnusson of England. So he stands to inherit England, I think, unless we still have elections. I don't even know, actually. I know it's just partition. Okay, so not elections, as far as I can tell. So in the next episode, if you've got any ideas for what to do drop it in the comments. If it's something I like the sound of, I will try and do that. If you've got any tips or advice, then obviously also put those in there, because, you know, I'm not excellent at this game or anything like that. I never pretend to be. I just enjoy playing it. I think next time we'll pass the limited crown authority law in our lands. Northumbria is still looking solid. We've got plenty of soldiers. I want to expand in here. I want to take Cumberland. It was fun taking part in the King's War there. We need to maybe lower our stress a little. But yeah, so it's been a fun game. And like I say, I hope you enjoyed watching it. And I hope I'll see you back in the next episode for some more. Don't forget to check out the playlist if you missed the previous episodes. And like I said, I'll pin that in a comment. And obviously, it'll be in the description here for the video. And obviously, you can just go on my channel and check it out. If you like historical content, I'll do a whole series of shorts. I've got different bits and pieces going on here. I've got stuff, you know, I've got some stuff happening. Anyway, so check out the channel. If you like what you see, subscribe. If you're already subscribed, hit the little notification bell so you get notifications when there's a new video so you don't miss a thing. And I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Ta-ra for now. Have a great day, whatever you're doing.